Bonjour, Wejepibines, digo wajash kindu ten. Kitchwanang dunji. Utenang, Gawa Gaendan, Fort Francis, Jinkate. Gawana town gang Jinkate, Tashkin Schnabinikatig. No gom in at Unita Hindanan, Gajinikate, Gamma Chigi Genge, Gomagita Kiminan. Pane Gogi Pen Schnabim, Magnin, Tigagi, on the Kaisia, Gedin. Ni dashin dane wow bandan gego gene anjani katamwat gego. So what I just said is I'm just gonna do translations from the English version into Ojibwe for some plants that we have that grow. In my community, we spoke the language fluently, like since because we never really had no. We're the last community in Treaty 3 to be found in the middle of nowhere, I guess. So, yeah, what is in the man name? I see a lot of changes and a lot of names, and I think it's important that we try and maintain those names because it's when we start changing names, it takes away from the spirituality of our language. As what I believe, and it's important that we pass that on. And I'm not saying that what they're being taught is wrong. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that that's how I know them. So no way. No, ngi kanu na away wapski tine gun away kwezes beji maga bindi gebet ngi kanu na ma Facebook de oteran kani nangi pagit nigo simen kabe ijine bang ngamachi go mini ugi bita bangamachi go man ich bin wini bain ni bioge go iga pshigo betuni ma marbeziven meapi be bayat away manetu kamigi et Ochigen, Minoinen, Gab me to and mini guisi, Mappy me, Bamigi at in the end, Bigi Bitab, Nigo, he pen the Sweeney by Nibo up sugar between Magego, Kina Martin. I was just saying that I spoke to one of the younger ladies that's in the room here early before the meeting, and I told her about how my parents and my grandparents never let us sleep in. As soon as the sky would start lighting up, then they would wake us up. And the reason being was that they would tell us, like, if you want to spend your time sleeping, then you want to miss out a lot on life, especially with the gifts that you could receive. Because the spirit that goes around giving those gifts, blessings, teachings, that's when that spirit goes around is first thing in the morning, like when the first daylight comes is when he comes out. So we always made sure we were awake at that time. So I just wanted to share that. So you can now mine on and there's Nikatigan in the end. Gamachi again. Hey, that's when you go gawin is the Shindazina in the end, and Abatakin. Can I go get Gamachi again? Mashkiki one, Gigu winning night. I'm just gonna talk about the plants and the translation from English to Ojibwe, and I'll just mention what parts you could use from that plant, but I won't go into detail about what it's for, or because it's up to you guys to offer tobacco and gifts to somebody from your respective elders, I guess, to get that teaching for medicines, right? So. But like I said, everything is a medicine that grows, like from the trees and just the little plants, even the dandelions. And like people look at dandelions as gange but Kichi knows Wow, big one. That little flower is important. Can I go go? Can I wear juniper guy? Not them chiguje. Gaga giandag. Kina gitina na ganishna bay. Mitashigo yajabata ke gampti gusyang. In the end, needles guy thing. No crazy gun, yagi boss man. In the end, me nanga machi again, me go get mag do shit doing easy doing you ni biski and we name my to one man then me nanga machi again. So that juniper plant, you could use the stem, like the tree itself, like the little branches. The needles you could dry off, and you can use them as smudge as well. Then the little berries you can mix them with, put them in your when you make like cedar tea, and put them in there with your and it gives it a really nice flavor. End up with that, but yeah, this sweet grass, wingushk, ige is it kana mate we nistana shibe sigitabat tunan in engi kya pekataman. 21 strands of grass is what you use, and you break them up into 3 sections of 7 when you braid it. And there might be other teachings from wherever you guys get. Yeah, this wild ginger. You can do it, Chrissa. The mapin. Yeah. Yeah, still cheap. Now, and I'm coming out of my cheating me, I was it too, and key one get. And then that mullen, like the empty goes. Pan and wash kitchen got with a share an ibis kitabat it too, the leaf, an ibis. Kibasan, is a bugashka, and you, it is my job with it too, yeah, it away, say, ma use it. There's an aguk. No, none of my own, speaking of my would use it. This is like your traditional tobacco that you use when you smoke pipe and stuff. And it consists of Swabby mug, your red willow, gizik, which is cedar, sage, bijike ungashk, raven's beak, gaitan, gagaga chibik, yeah, what's it doing? May not away mullen, opanya washkin, kate, meeting kina, kisa on kusit doing anyway. Mitashe, give Scott, kitu pogami, as a gasotaman. So those are the 5 medicines you would use when you smoke your pipe. You can also add a little bit of tobacco to it if you want to have that wine flavor that they got. Yeah, so apache, kain apache zungas no negi kisaga sota man. Ich bin a zam nibio say mas that zungiag. So if you put very little tobacco in here, then you can it doesn't burn as strong as it does like what tobacco guys out there. Stay my guys out these guys sauna. What was this? Mita share that mullen upon a wash anibi sangita bachi tu lima. Yeke ajwin kita shina ag azate minaman azate. Rabbit root kaitan wabuzu chibik. Nige no taking Guinness na be kiki o bukatig. Mitas niya nibi siya ni dapat sa tunan me no. Yeah, guys, I'm pretty much young. Yeah, guys, I'm matching. Yeah, what you got? And then silver willow, basic meaning. Ancient meaning the berries. Go. Wild rose. You can't even always. My son saying hi to you guys his way by showing his Mr. Freeze. Ogini chi bikisin kaza. Ogini wa big ones. Migo Asia munda away. Go. Asia munda away wa big one. Wild rose guy now. Me nanski mama chigi nun. Ginemski. Little root, you can't know mine, eh? Mashkiki, ki washkin, ka temitaski ochibik tabat tuna. Ochibik. Does anybody have any questions yet?
Ani nation now got go wabos or jibik.
Well, both ochibik, we gotta get them done. Poison ivy, I think. Nesui mama chicken from that stem. But if you look at that poison oak or poison ivy, it's like a wood stem on the bottom. I get what done, and then it's got the 3 stems that come off that wooden stem. That wabozuchi doesn't have that wood on the bottom. It's like that green stem all the way down, but it's got the same. The leaves look the same as that poison oak, I guess you would call it. We go get a pichag, probably a foot. Go a pita to get Then there's the, I don't know, go ahead.
Is it this one, the picture?
Where?
Can you guys not see it?
Nope.
There we go.
Me, yeah.
It goes up on one and then has 3.
Yeah, and then if you look at that plant right there,
Mm-hmm.
that poison oak will be like, you see how it has 3 stems from where the leaves are?
Mm-hmm.
That goes all the way down to the ground pretty much, and then there'll be a little piece of wood on the bottom where those 3 stems come out of.
So it would be closer down here.
Yeah, but if you look at this, like that stem comes right from the ground and it comes up as a green stem, right, all the way, right?
Mm-hmm.
But where those 3 stems that come from the leaves come down, and they'll come all the way down to the ground pretty much, and they'll come off of like a wood stem.
Okay.
For that, don't grab that one because you're gonna be itchy. Like it'll go red.
Ani tagi na patok wabos or jibik.
Gawin opportunities in the scene, go kasi kinamagawa nina na, because me ma as you kita butch say ma Jimmy gang me no magichiganan ipin gego as you go thing guaka. I'm just trying to be respectful on like done.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be rude or anything.
This no time. I just thought you already talked about it. I'm like, I missed it.
Gawin go kinesitas in the scene. Okay, go great. So did that answer your question about the minigit system?
I get
Kidagogego, huh? Get such go white spruce going out, right? Ai amanjki no aje kinamagu e gwena is nikazat. Ki dumbeke guarnin. Be sanda gujigok. White pine, you can imagine white pine, be sanda gujigok. And the guy go on. Michiga away, big you, kamachi, the pitch. Skiki on it, yeah. And now that's the needles. He goes on. Frog pants. Anything, what do you call it? Pitcher's plant? Is that what you call it in English?
Your plant, yeah.
Yeah. When they quat you got nice in cause and you use the flowers and then that little it actually looks digo on when they quat you got nice get digo it looks like a cup really that thing. And it grows in like a boggy areas, eh? You go great, please. It grows in the boggy area, eh? Skigi mais machi again. That's good, get you we gub the fungus from that black spruce diamond willow. You can man diamond willow fungus. Smudge get the number yeah, there's but like use it for a lot of different things, eh? But like I said, if you want teachings on that, that'll go at them. Say magitami game. Dandelion, tutu jabo jibik. And then the roots of jibik. Okay, go great. Grayson, okay, go.
I'm trying to find that little bug.
That little bug. I don't know. Can you see that?
Just climb in on this table.
Dandelion, tutu jabo jibik. You know, the roots jibik. Magitabo jitunga, yeah. And also the Caucasians like to use the flour because they make like a lip balm and stuff like that. It's good for like skin conditions, eh? Like they make like a salve out of that. Yekene mana okandamu yekene mana no that yellow water lily. Yeah, try that ochibika. And sometimes you go with thing 2 or 3 feet is that called that thing. Gigagish gijanitas. And that's those big lily pads you see with the white flowers on them. Misquabi Magoose, that's your red willow. Migo can empty gonse job, what is it? Now the whole tree and then the roots. The HK got wind them all Chris yesterday. But you know I gonna get copy. Gi on them with gi win sibagun when you cut in on the yeah kilo zaman gizik Miguel, no, I get the go zaman. Like say if you make your cedar tea, you can put that along with it, and it gives it a real nice flavor as well. Mushinage go a week ago. Anybody have any questions yet?
And aninge kedoyamban red willow.
Misquabi magoons. Misquabi magoons.
Mila anin Asia book or Asian go gajibik, the raven speak. Like what is that?
Raven's beak. It's like a big leaf. Wapskagite anami deke. Ja, but nigate. Wapskagite. Try any bis. You would Kamptongi Kongi Machi, you know, like where there's a lot of sand, huh? Kamptongi Gani the Maga Gaja or Joshki one. But Karatun is Mamachi in Gagon. Like there's different plants that grow in different kind of areas. Like there's certain plants that'll grow in muddy areas, there's certain plants that'll grow in places that have a lot of sand, and there's certain plants Gaja Mptong and Gaja Sini Kag. Maybe Kani was not going to Machi.
There was a question about how do you say juniper?
Juniper?
Yeah.
Gaga Gyandak.
Gaga.
Gaga Gyandak.
Maybe.
How about creeping juniper?
Is it different?
Gaga Gi. How do you say creeping? Gaga Gi. Gaga Gi Mazit. No. Sneaking around. So Gabin, again, go. Minute to answer your question. Gaga Gyandak. Okay. Now, where was I here now? Yarrow. So that that plant, that berry, that gamachi yingima, that makominan is in cut down in the end. Win sebagun lagamondenan ema makominan in the end. Bearberries is what they call them as well. Then there's yarrow, ni batni nung imaja, but at the egg can I get you? Waba no wash isn't cut. You go ekina, but at gamachi, you get to achieve it. Can I go yabatat? So the yarrow, you use the whole thing, and the whole plant is used. The raspberry, mung. I have a hard time saying that one. It's such a long word. Miskominan cut down and but the plant itself is Miskomina gawanj. Miskomina gawanj. I have a hard time saying that all the time. Since I was a kid, that's one word I can, like my sisters, linoleum. They both can't say linoleum. They say linoleum. Or aluminum. They can't say aluminum. Aluminum. As you get that, like they add an extra L. So that's my hard word. Is this one that I can't.
Miskomina. How do you say it?
You just want me to say it again.
I'm trying to spell it.
Misko, Mena, Gawanj. Misko, Mena, Gawanj. Yeah, with that plant there, like the plant itself, the raspberry plant. Misko, Mena, mean the berries. I have no problem saying that one. It's just the plant I have a hard time pronouncing all the time.
Komina wash?
Misko, Mena, Gawanj. It has like an N towards it, like a nasal sound towards the end, like wanj. Misko, Mena, Gawanj. That plant minus the root. Kani nigga tapos tusin bik. Let go. I got machi kasagi again. Nendigo gamachi again. Kani tapos tusin again. Chibik. So for those that are pregnant or suspect that they're pregnant or have respiratory problems, I would find out first about taking any medication of any sort like this. And then there's your strawberries. Oteomenan. You go yeah, kinabas doing that. Gamachi can get. The Maamawi-naadamawin Gaa-kendamowaad. You don't pick the roots from that one either. And then there's this one plant that everybody stinging nettle right now. Maamawi-naadamawin Gaa-kendamowaad. That's the one they mistake it for like poison ivy, and it grows tall, probably 3 to 4 feet to go up each again. But yeah, I'll put it doing the Kamachi Gazagi Yinchat the Guganske Ochi Beki to tap in the Zina. Mitske Giginag is it to Zange, yeah, to watch was on, you boil it. And Kinawin oil, Kenny Mountain oil. Mosquito bug. Meaning, when doing up at the man. Oh, Labrador tea. I like having that at my home all the time. Labrador tea. I have all kinds of teas all the time at home. Not the Chinese teas, but the our teas. I can't drink that Tetley or Earl Grey. I never put the Zealand. I've tried them. I guys never put the Zealand.
Another freezy, Dad. Another freezy.
Tagi Naskan.
Another
Naskan. Naskan. Balsam. Shingle beans. Get the Shamagia, Scotch Magia. Neighbor get away now, but is it away? Michigo get the bark. Needles, man. Big you. You will get away, take you can I job, but is it away? That again, the guy in the tail cheap, but I get to tap in a zina. Then willow, nipisse, bark, that was to get man. Okay, go now, yeah? Wait, no questions yet? Oh, one again, tab is in them. And then there's the cedar. You can him all get away. Gizik. And then now what they can get the boughs, like the needles and yeah, with the two and batches or one. Birch fungus. That's the being again out and then they cut them out chaga to get into town now no Sagatagan in the Kendan as much in Sagatagan chaga near that fungus. Oh, that's from the birch we was. Oh, that's silver birch, wingusk or winsick. I don't like it. Wingusk. Do time in this. Winsick isn't cause it away. Silver birch kind of empty goes. I had to go gashi with the gum and it. Yeah, gashi with that we do tap in that way. Yeah, way. Aber das kann go yeah, die Jungs. Geht es bei Pesches an. Ist Tag gegangen. Da Tag gegangen. Can we now get now yeah, bare root. No quite cheapik. Cheapik yeah, get to tap it on. Button the big yeah, job at that. Me I know take you Miwe on just a gising kinagego. Shikyan ke kemini one gego nanan shikyan jabachit doing. Yeah, mi mana yeah magaki makwachi bik miche ejan kusegin in the that plays a very important role. Okay, go, leave that. That plays an important role. Say if you're given medicines to use, and if there's 5 different medicines, and then one of them would be that bare root. That bare root's responsibility and role with those medicines is it brings them together. So, they're all equally as important. And like that, there's not one that's more important than the other, but they all have specific rules. Then the black spruce roots say segandak wotab isn't kate. You can't done it. Chris say segandak wotab. You can't done it. That's that root. It grows in like the moss and all that. You just pull out the moss, and it's probably like that far under the ground, and you'll start pulling at the moss and gibiminija anchi elchi big patnina tu na mi goish singing. Ima anam kalig. Mi goish was singing. There's so many of them that they literally cross one another like that. I see. Where and they gibiminija anchi where. You know, I think 6 feet is a cog it ma got up in the one elchi. With the Shinan Abujit doing we got some kakun, we got bakonan, we got sanaganan, you should do an agi, get the baby binan, Michima just like I said, we got here. So you use that as your tie for your, we got bakon is like your bottom of your teaching lodge that's what ties that together, huh? Then your baskets, your bowls, and whatever else. Yeah, I was just doing that. Say segan dag wotab isn't Manomen, wild rice. Yeah, that stock, huh? Get up in the man gigi chibit to Grayson, they go. But digo anange na kukite chi biki guchai. When you pull that stem out, there's a thing that looks like a star. So we just need to go to ich bin gegen und go kenda meg in the mushkikion. Me had to go je gang gitanis on end the zim jiga gwetego ban say matash kwe buch kitami amigo weapon in a gun sing or say like when you go ga nacho by or negi no kita gwechima o ejikina ma kajikina mo do anyway. Pep Khan is a mini goose here. It is a West Spruce. When the egg kind of get again then branches and boughs up to when I'm putting but you go even have excuse me. Excuse me, holy God. The niggy biscuit. Zam gabe ingagi get. Can up it here. Nugget to see gabe ingagi gitan. Babizan is panakers. I tend not to talk much. I'm usually very quiet. I said, right, Krista?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. I'm losing my voice because I'm talking too much. I said, I never talk this much.
There's a question.
Uh,
Is there a word for the blueberry plant, not just the berries?
the blueberry plant. I think I wrote that down here somewhere. Blueberry plant. But I'm guessing it'll be around the same as that. The blueberry plant is I had to do some thinking there the other day in regards to this stuff. Like living in town, I don't get to speak as much Ojibwe as I want, because everybody you speak to speaks very little Ojibwe. So when I get to go home, everybody speaks the language at home, and it's so nice to go home when I do get to go home, because I get to speak nothing but the language. And opportunist take a kitchen one me go bizani go I just baba tu what gig baby go jig notes maybe or baby go jig down and I pizza name. We have more horses than there are dogs in my community, so they get to roam freely. They're corralled at night, then they're in the morning they're let out to go drink their water at the river, and then they just wander about throughout the whole community. Bizani go give you this go bizani go examine that they'll just come walk right up to you and you give them your hugs. Apachamo Manski no and baby gushi mishtatim and there's healing energies from a horse. And then Gigi anite migo pane and apiot gitibach motatiot genishnabe mung apachonish nundaman pane. Migo I menandaman one day ki pabisan dog oh yeah genishnabe motiga Michuga oma ute nang nung gumganda kiob magor tigang kaunji ot tiga kaunji yangi ejiminenda man gekendam jenishna bemon imaminik maga ga momo tisitiang. So it gives me makes me happy to see people from home in town here, because that's the only time I really get to speak my language, like for the whole visit with somebody. And apachinguna and dan kinishna bemwan eshkonash mini ni wakajum big iguan pane igok panega gigi kimiguange igok panega iguange ke igui kame tu kwen ga ga no mi iwe ga mini na git awe mani tu gina jiji kanon na git skiki on but mati simagat iwe. Our language is medicine. Our language is what connects us to the Great Spirit. Don't ever lose that. That's our connection to the Great Spirit. Even we can't understand kind of we segregate gikskiezi out if we ever lose that language, then the light-skinned people have succeeded in what they wanted to do, is what they used to tell us. So don't ever lose that language. Our language is alive. Anybody have any questions yet?
Hi, I have a question.
I might have an answer.
Someone from St. River showed me this, I don't know if it's a berry, but it's red and it looks like a cactus. And then, where'd you get that from? I'm not going to tell you this medicine, right? Oh, okay. It's the first time I've ever seen something like that, like wild cactus.
Red and like a cactus?
Yeah, it's like red, but it has needles on it. I should have took a picture. But that's the first time I've seen that. It grows bigger somewhere.
I gave me Kanye with the scene. I never seen that either.
I'm gonna find out now. I'll go find out. That's the first time I ever heard of that.
Yeah, but way Engom is in when it comes to stuff like that. I think if somebody shows you something, then they should teach you about it, not just show it to you and just leave. Be watchful, be careful when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, tread lightly. Mina ese gwete an sinda magi ange ninda. If I want to take the time to show somebody something, then I'll tell them about it if they're in person. Can I go give me the magi? Can I magu? And like with me, you get Kenyaman, and I have no problem sharing what little knowledge I have with you if we were in person, like with right? Yeah, so you get opportunity get on this shingok which minishang nishna beb ma Ganin yemini was a seaman just as Aktu Ekakamagu. Yemini was in Chikanamagin, Chibawich at the Kendam. There's a reason why you're given those teachings. Those teachings are given to you to share with others, is what I believe. They're not for you to just keep and lock them away and not share with. Because that's the way of the residential school. Me, okay, can I mind all that fear-based stuff I find that's been by my grandparents and my gagi usian my father. Gangini agite bendazin. He pin away say mommy ki go jiga gwete. He pin ye go kendaman. Bizani go in the magen. He pinch he go kendazin. Kenny matawaya yega kenda meet the gazing is if somebody comes up to you and offers you tobacco and has questions about something, if you don't know nothing about it, you don't go and try and answer it. You give them direction on who to go to. Because you gotta be respectful for everything. Because you can go and come against it. They say go is why is it a or go why should the shin the more cousin. Everything comes back to you. Karma, I think. I'm sigur. But me, on and be more saying, especially when people take things and want to show you things like that, then they should be respectful. They just don't go and say, oh, hey, look what I got, but I'm not going to tell you where I got it. You know, you can't then. Eshko and Eshki Miki Dan, oh, yeah. And this is no lucky to get.
Show me your blueberries picking spot then.
You go up Turtle River Road.
I don't know where that is.
Between Red Gut and Mine Center.
What?
And then you go on those little clear cuts.
Mm-hmm.
And every little clear cut you see back there that's got shrubs and stuff, like little plants, and you walk in there, there'll be berries everywhere in there.
There's raspberries everywhere on the Dryden Highway too.
Yeah, there's a bunch of raspberries out there too.
Mm-hmm.
And they're huge. I even took pictures of some yesterday. On my little excursions. Oh, wow. Yeah. Then I was showing Clarissa wild tiger lilies I found out there. And then they even have yellow ones. I never seen a yellow one until yesterday. It's a spiritual thing. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so if anybody wants to see my pet dog from yesterday morning at 4:45, that's my front yard. His name is Buck. So anyways, if anybody has no questions, I think it's about all I got for today. I apologize. Normally I would have plants that I could show you guys and stuff, but I totally forgot that I thought I was next week on Thursday. And it wasn't until yesterday when Shannon goes, "Oh, so hey, what do you want to talk about tomorrow?" She says, "What? Is that tomorrow?" Yeah, as I think last time Shannon and I went to the bush for about 4 hours that one morning, just to go collect stuff that I was going to use as props to show, and then that way at least you had something to go by, right, for you guys. And I had all this plan to go in the bush and find all these different plants for you guys, but I was kind of strapped for time, and I was in the bush. Like I was like, where we were, I was like, okay, well, there should be some plants here. So as I was blueberry picking, I was trying to look for plants, but there was nothing there. So it was SOL there. But I apologize for that. Otherwise, I would have had all that stuff had I been more prepared, and it wasn't intentional. So, but next time hopefully I'll have props for stuff again like I did last time. So. But other than that, I hope you guys had a good session here, and with information that you guys will have with you for remainder of your life, and then to gather more information, go to your respective elders and offer your tobacco and gift, and then get those teachings on those plants, because that knowledge is endless, right? And opportunists and because there are elders out there that will share that if you offer those gifts. And it's very beautiful to learn those things, because that's actually natural medicine. It's better than that Tylenol that people take and all that. I'm a diabetic myself, and I've been a diabetic since I was a kid, and I don't take no medication from a pharmacy. I use stuff from the bush, and my sugars are normal, and I'm perfect. I am perfect. Just kidding. Chris.
Yeah.
I like bugging Chris. I do that to her at work even.
Like, go on, big. I gotta work.
But I encourage you guys to go and ask questions about that stuff. Diego, do you have a question, young lady?
I have a question.
Oh.
I was wondering, I learned about this medicine from my auntie, but she wasn't a fluent speaker, and she just would say it's like this medicine is like she would call it the other shkatagan, like the other chaga. It grows on the birch. It's like this. It's really light, like chaga is dense and heavy.
Sagatagan, eh? That's what you call it. Sagatagan, that's what you just call it.
So it's like,
it's just like a mushroom, eh? It's just sagatagan.
Yeah. Okay. I always just called it what she called it. Like the other one is because it comes from the birch. It just does different things. But I want to be able to name it properly, so.
Sagatagan, that's even good for your memory, that stuff. That one from the birch. Say if you have if you ever suffered concussions and stuff, that's good for that too. You make tea out of that stuff. So if you have memory lapses and stuff from concussion or anything like that, then that's where that helps. Sagatagan in casa. Cut. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. No, it's kidding.
Time's up.
Kiskisan, cut. See? Hindi pwede mo siya. Cut.
I think Wabashkik Clay had a question.
Oh, hey, Shannon, how are you, bud? Long time no see. I didn't even know you came in. You snuck in the back now. You have a question?
I was just gonna say went really fast at one point, and I missed the names for silver willow and white pine.
Silver willow and white pine. White pine is Bisan de Gujigok. And the silver willow, where did I have that again? Oh, yeah, right here. Silver willow, where are you? You're down here. Bijikiminan.
Bishikiminan.
Yeah, silver willow berry. Yeah. Silver willow. That's the berries you use on the silver willow, Bijikiminan.
Miigwech.
Panegotkizin, stay cool. Oh,
Miigwech.
oh.
Awesome.
And I'll see.
Miigwech,
You
everyone,
got
for
it?
coming.
Chimigwet.
Miigwech.
Oh, Mama P.
Mama.